Hail and storm, strong wind, very sudden, suddenly got dark, and the sun was shining brightly 5 minutes ago. And now I'm trying to catch it on the film. Seems to be disappearing, and I've got a telephone call I've got to ring off. Yes, so that call's over. Had to cut the filming short, but the thing was, I mean, it was quite dramatic with the hail and the wind, and by the time I got the camera out to show you, it was slowing down and almost stopped. But I'm jolly glad that I managed to get the tree in. It's a hardy. It shouldn't be affected by the weather, and it needs lots and lots of moisture so it won't object to the rain, and I think it'll be a few weeks before we start getting down to 0 temperatures, so I think we're all right. Need your help a little bit later with the I've taken the soil from the hole where I put the plant, put it in the plant pot, so we need to do something with those 3 cuttings that you sent me, so I'll get back to you later on that. So I assume the 2 on the left are the house plants, and the one on the right is the bush. They all arrived today, so I assume they don't need any attention at the moment, entering or anything like that. What do you think? My plant is out. They look fine. My fuchsia's got a few rather bedraggled looking leaves. It may be because a twig has broken off and it's no longer being supplied with sap. I don't know. But I've watered them all. They've survived the journey. I'm not going to be able to get out into the garden today to do any digging. The weather's quite bad again today. I'm just having my lunch, and it may look quite large for a lunch, but I'm having the same issue as last time. I'm losing weight quite rapidly, and I'm trying to counter it by bulking up with lunch and dinner and things like that. But generally speaking, the things I eat are not things that help you put on weight. But I noticed on other trips it passes after a couple of weeks, so it may be a question of waiting. But anyway, so don't know if you've had your lunch. If you have, enjoy it. I'm going to start mine. The 3 pieces that you gave me, I put in this pot. It looks as if it needs a little bit more soil, actually. I put a little bit more soil on top tomorrow. But I've seen this in the packet. What is this? It looks like ginger, is it? What is it, actually? What am I supposed to do with this? Is it ginger? And does it need to be in a vase or go in the garden? So preparing to plant my first bush, a Californian lilac. I've cleared an area 1 metre square. I'm about to dig a pit twice as big as the actual plant bush that's going to go in it. This area is covered in mature ivy. It doesn't look like ivy, it is ivy. I was surprised to find out. Which on the one hand is a little bit irksome, on the other hand it's kept the weeds away. There are virtually no weeds here at all. There are weeds everywhere else. You can see it there at the edge of that part of the garden. So I've taken earth out and I'm putting some of it into a pot here where I will sow the cuttings that I brought with me from Dubai. And I hope I'm going to get this finished before the rain comes. It's due at 1 o'clock. So that's it, finished. I've surrounded it with mulch. I've got so much mulch. I've got a real wealth of mulch. Oh, what is that bird? I don't recognise that sound. Anyway, so there it is in the ground. Yes, I've got the mulch all round it. I've got a little bit of soil here left over in case I need some more soil. I've watered it, but I didn't need to because it's going to rain pretty soon. Yeah, and that's about it. And it was very easy. Actually, the ivy is very beneficial. It keeps the soil moist, soft, and it keeps the weeds away. Not a single weed there. And the mulch will hopefully carry on preventing the weeds settling. Maybe do the rest of the garden, but you see it's 1 metre by 1 metre. It is quite a bit of work to clear the garden. You can clear it fairly easily of the ivy, but the rest of it, which has got grass and all sorts of weed in it, that's going to be a big job. Been trying to persuade the gardener to do some of it, but he's going to come back next week, and he never came. That's 2 months ago, isn't it? I have to give him a call. I think he's too busy, got too much business. He's too busy to send me an invoice. The reason why I'm making this a film, not a photo, is so you can see the steam rising. Amazing, isn't it? Hey, it looks all right. I've tasted the crust. What I need to do now is start experimenting with other things, like, inserting olives or nuts or other seeds, to give it an additional flavour. Let's see. So I'm halfway through assembly. There are 35 bolts. The projected assembly time is 20 minutes. It's just impossible. If you don't know the product and you're opening it and the first time you've seen it, you can't do it in a double or even a treble of that time. That's ridiculous. Where's this bloody thing made China? Actually, it does seem to be quite sturdy, and there isn't a single hole that I didn't manage to get its bolt into, all 35. Actually, I've still got 4 left to put in when I put the legs onto the assembly. Making progress, so I'm going to have my trial run tonight with the heater. There's no assembly in that, you just plug it in. The heater, outdoor heater, and the thingies. This is a private, personal Guy Fawkes night. I bought a fire pit, and it seems to be working quite well. I don't know whether you can hear the fireworks in the background, bangers and rockets. Not as many as on a normal bonfire night, but it's the first day of lockdown, so I suppose it's not really surprising.